Now, it's no surprise that addiction sucks, all right? And I have been addicted to a lot of things over the years. The most common addictions I see a lot of people struggle with is alcohol, nicotine, gooning, and, weed. Now, thankfully, or not thankfully, out of everything that I just listed, I have only been addicted to two of those things. That being the most common, of course, nicotine and gooning. Now, I'm not gonna say I haven't drank or smoked before, which I have, but thankfully, I'm not a big fan of smoking and alcohol, so I'll take that as a W. But when it comes to nicotine and gooning, that's where my problem lies. Now, if I had to guess or give a range of how much money I've spent on nicotine, such as vapes and all that stuff, I'd probably say I have spent thousands of dollars on nicotine for the past 3 years. I have been doing this, or I've had this problem ever since I was the ripe old age of 15 years old. And well, when it comes to adult content, that's a little bit worse because I have been smacking my meat to these adult videos ever since I was 10 years old. Now, the reason why I think these things are such, a big problem is because of how easily accessible they are to everyone of all ages. Because I don't know about y'all, but when I was growing up, I never had any sort of, internet supervision, okay? I've never had that. So basically, what I'm trying to say is I've seen what you could see on the internet without any sort of supervision. And now when it comes to my nicotine problem, I'm not even joking when I say this, I literally used to be able to, still am able to, walk into any store that sells vapes or whatever and just buy one. And I have still to this day never once been ID'd at all. And stuff like this is very easy to become addicted to, but it's even harder to quit. And trust me, I have tried to quit multiple times, but every single time I end up doing it again. And it just feels like, whenever you try to quit, you end up wanting it even more. And then that cycle repeats itself over and over and over and over again. Well, at least that's how it is for me. And if you're like me and you're also struggling with this cycle, I'm here to tell you there is a way to stop. All right, it might not seem so. It might not seem like that, but there is always a way to stop. And sometimes I wish that I could go back in time and stop myself from doing these things. But unfortunately, time travel does not exist. So, and also I want to say the reason why I think a lot of people get addicted to these things in the first place, it definitely has to do with the environment that they live in or the people that they surround themselves with. Because let's just say you take a person who has never done any of these things before and you place them among people who have done these things before or do these things, okay? The person who has never touched any of these things before is most likely gonna pick up these habits. Now, I know that's probably not true for a lot of people because, well, everyone's different, but it's very likely that they will develop these habits as well. And what sucks too is that I know there are people out there who are younger than me, way younger than me, that are also addicted to these things. And that is just absolutely insane to me. And this, again, ties into how accessible these things are to a lot of people. But unfortunately, there's not really much that we can do about it. So, sucks to say, but it's true. But anyways, man, I'm gonna go ahead and end it off here. You know what I mean? And to anybody that sees this video, drop a comment and let me know what are you addicted to or what are you currently, struggling with. And yeah, I'm out.